Today we're going to have a look at the Avast free version of their antivirus system and have a walk through some of the features of it and see how it runs on our system.
Hi, Neil here from Neil Brown Reviews.
First we go to the Avast website and download their free antivirus system. When we click on download, what it does is starts the download of a particular loader onto the system, and if we have a look at that, it's taking a while to get going, so now we've got it downloaded, and when we click on it, it'll start up the install process. Windows asks us if we're happy to go ahead. We say yes, and then the install process begins. It throws up a little splash screen showing that the antivirus is installing. We skip over that fairly slow process and then we'll time it. So again, after about 3 minutes, we've now got a state where it's about to tell us it's installed. So now we can start having a look at the system. First thing we'll do is minimize that. It tells us we're protected and we should continue. Gives us a blurb about privacy, which we'll continue through. Gives us the option of installing to other devices, such as our smartphones. We'll skip this at this stage. And then it shows up its opening screen. It still says it's installing, but it does give us the opportunity to run a smart scan. So we find that if we try and run a smart scan, it'll actually just put us on hold for 30 seconds, presumably while it's finishing off the install, but it doesn't actually tell us that. But after a while, it will then eventually come back out of its black screen and do the scan. So if we have a look at the scan, we'll time it to see how it goes for this initial scan. So initially this has taken about 5 minutes by the time it finishes, and it sort of jumps from 41% up to 100% pretty quickly. It says it's got one issue detected, which is weak passwords. So we'll click on resolve for this, and just says that the passwords saved in our browser are potentially unsafe. But we'll skip that step at the moment, and it takes us to a successfully completed screen. When we click on done, it tells us we're protected. So now we'll have a look around the system. First we'll have a look at this protection area. It's got a whole range. We'll look at the Wi-Fi inspector first. So what it does is does a network scan. And I must admit this was quite a bit slower than just my iOS iPhone scan, but presumably it's doing some more port checking and that sort of thing in the background. Gives our network a clean bill of health. So I'll look at other options. Now you can see some of these are locked and some of them say new. So I'll go to this one where we check for software updates. It checks and says that of the ones it does check, they're up to date. It doesn't actually give us a list of what's there. When we look at firewall, it actually says that's an upgrade option, so we can't do that. And similarly, Sandbox has the same locked thing, but when we go to the virus chest, which is where it quarantines things, it says it's nothing there because we've found nothing. Now this one, when we look at Ransomware Shield, it says new, but when we actually go into it, we find it's locked, and the new changed to a lock. So I'll have a look at doing a rescue disk, and there's a few different options here. So what it basically says is you should use this to plan for future problems. So what you can do is create a disk, and then you can boot off it, either a CD or a USB, depending on what your system can boot, and that allows you to clean your system without actually having to go back into your own operating system. So here we go, having a look at the VPN privacy. So it's talking about using a secure line VPN. At the moment that says privacy not protected, and it's switched off. We'll have a look at other options. So if we have a look at Webcam Shield, we find that's an upgrade option. So again, a bit unclear when it says new whether it's available or not. So sensitive data shield is also unavailable, and you can see data shredder is marked as unavailable. There's an option for saving passwords and sharing across your systems. I won't use that because I already used the LastPass password system. Now we'll look at the cleanup options for it. And I must admit, I actually gave up on trying to get this system to clean up mine. It just kept scanning and never did anything, so we didn't pursue that. Now I'll go back to our antivirus, and we'll just check now what you can do. You can have a look at a scan history that showed us the scans we've done. and we can run another scan. So we'll do this and see how it differs from our startup scan, which, as you remember, ran for about 5 minutes. So this one has taken considerably longer, but maybe it's checking more stuff. So we're coming up to 8 minutes for the scan, and we'll see shortly what it's found. So as well as the weak passwords it mentioned before, it also says unprotected sensitive documents. So we'll click on resolve, and it says it's found what it considers employment documents and other sensitive documents. So go to employment one, some PDFs, and again some PDFs. Now what if we say yes, we want to protect all? So we'll try that out. Then we find it's another upgrade option. So I find that not really very helpful to have all these options where you keep pushing you towards upgrading. Now it gives us a start a free trial option, again trying to upsell us to get a free trial into their paid version. And we'll skip, as I said, our password check. And so this has been a walk through the Avast free options. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and worked out a little bit whether you want to take Avast on or not. Subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when we release new videos. Visit neilbrownreviews.com for written reviews and info, and also great deals on security and internet software. Cheers for now, from Neil from neilbrownreviews.com. Thank you for listening, and remember to subscribe and click the notification bell.